Yes, guys. Let me take further with you with few more topic in module three, and the next topic is called as a Chomsky normal form. I hope everything is audible and visible for everyone. Okay, let me continue with the things. And the next topic is called as a Chomsky normal form. It's also called, it's abbreviated as CNF. Guys, do never get, excuse me, I'm sorry, do never get confused with CFG and CNF. It's called a normal form. Normal in English way, what do you mean by a normal form? There will be a grammar. The particular grammar will be having a set of rules to be displayed, and that's called a normal form. As you guys know, a subject called a database and management system, DBMS. Even in DBMS there is something called as a normal form. What do you mean normal form? A particular data has to be arranged in a particular format, and it's called as a normal form. Here also a guy by name of Chomsky who has been said about a normal form for the given CFG. Clear? And there are certain rules and a set. What do you mean by a normal form? Okay, let me tell you. A CFG is in a CNF if all the production rules satisfy one of the following condition. If all the production rules satisfy the following condition, let me take what is my first condition. My first condition states the start symbol generating an epsilon. A start symbol generating an epsilon. A symbol has to be in an epsilon format, then the given grammar is said to be a CNF. Okay, my next rule says a non-terminal generating two non-terminals. A non-terminal, oh, I hope everyone clear about terminals and non-terminal. A non-terminal meant to say an uppercase is also called as a state name. A terminal meant to say a lowercase like symbols A, B, 0, 1. These are called as a non-terminals. Clear? And these are called as a terminals. Here he says a non-terminal generating two non-terminals. This has to be stable like A belongs to an epsilon, it has to be in this manner, and S tends to AB. That's my second rule, what they meant to say. My third and the last rule says a non-terminal generating a terminal. A non-terminal generating a terminal. If any grammar as holds good for all these three conditions, then the given grammar is said to be a CNF. I repeat again, any grammar holds all these three conditions, then the given grammar is said to be a CNF. Now, Viveka, many other confusion. What do you mean by a grammar? You have a look over it. This is called as a grammar. Clear? This statement is called as a grammar. This has to satisfy these three rules. Then we will say the given grammar is a CNF. Let me take an example and then explain you whether the given grammar is a CNF or not. Okay. I'm taking one example. Here, a grammar G has a few CFGs. S tends to AB, S tends to C, C is a terminal, A tends to A is a terminal, B tends to B is a terminal. Now, my first rule says it has to be A to epsilon. If there are anything A to epsilon, yes. If it is there or not, but it has to be in this format, yes. My first rule satisfied. My second rule, S tends to AB. Okay, now the first says S tends to AB, yes. This satisfied my second rule. S tends to C, this satisfy my third rule. A tends to A, this satisfy my third rule. This rule. B tends to B, yes, even again this satisfy my third rule. And hence, these are called as a CNF. This is in a proper normal form mode. Clear? Let me take one more example and then tell you. Okay, now the next one. S tends to AA. S tends to AA, S tends to A, and B tends to C. Now let me check. S tends to AA. Does this belongs to any of these three? Does it belong to any of three? AA. Here it says epsilon. Here there should be two non-terminal. Here there should be one terminal. Illi AA is there, and hence this is not there in the form of CNF. Let me check. A tends to A. Yes, this holds good because a rule 3 says B tends to C. This holds good where rule 3 says. Is that clear? This is in the form of CNF. This is not a CNF. I hope you guys are clear about the difference between CNF and not CNF. Is that clear, guys? Okay, this is a main introduction about a CNF. I'll be doing an ample of problems, and I hope I will be clearing few more doubts, whatever doubts you have it. Okay, let me continue with a problem, and then I will explain you the things. Okay, for me, my next problem, it says there will be a given grammar. In the given grammar, I have to remove a unit production. There will be a given grammar. For the given grammar, I have to remove a unit production. Now, tell me what is a unit production. Let me explain you. Unit productions are the productions in which one non-terminal given another non-terminal. One terminal given with another non-terminal. This is called as a unit production. Okay, let me give you steps. What exactly, how to remove the given thing. My step one says to remove a unit production. To remove a unit production, the step one is to remove X tends to A format. S tends to A means assume there is something called S tends to A, where you guys have been used to. X tends to A format, I meant to say S tends to A tara idre, add a production S tends to A. I meant to say add a production A tends to A to it. Add a production A tends to A to the grammar till Y tends to A occurs in a grammar. ಯಾವಾಗವರೆಗೂ add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು till and A occurs to A format. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Okay, now let me take an example and I will explain. Assume there is a grammar like S tends to A and A tends to A. Okay, as per to remove a unit production, there should not be a single uppercase. There should not be a single uppercase. If there is single uppercase, I have to remove it and I have to write it. Clear? Any productions in a right hand side, there should not be a single uppercase. If so, I have to remove. How to remove? What is the answer for A? The answer for is A tends to A. The answer for is A tends to A. So I rewrite the given production as S tends to A and that A tends to A remain as it is. Is that clear? So what is the value of A? The value of A is A tends to A. So I replace with that. This is called as a removal. This is my step one. I hope everyone clear with the step one. Okay, let me go with the step two. Let me go with the step two. Now, whenever S tends to A and A tends to A done, now delete X tends to Y from the given grammar. I meant to say, now delete A tends to A will be deleted. Now A tends to A will be deleted. Is that clear? So finally, the last step is do the repetition of this until you get a result. Do the repetition of this until you get a result. Is that clear? Okay, let me take one example. I hope if I take an example, you guys will come to know the given formula or the given thing. Okay, now I've been taken this as an example. S tends to 0 and 1 are terminals. S tends to 0A, 1B, C. C is a capital C. Hope you can observe it. A tends to 0S, 0, 0. B tends to 1, B tends to A. C tends to 1. Okay. In this, my first task is I have to identify what are the unit productions are. Unit production andre capital letter L ide anta. Clear? Now I rewrite what are the capital letters are. If I observe it, S tends to idralli. This has a combination of 0 and A, terminal and non-terminal, perfect. This is a combination of terminal and non-terminal, perfect. This doesn't have a combination of terminal and non-terminal. Hence, this is called as a unit production. So I rewrite in this manner. Clear? And next, A tends to 0, yes, it's in a proper format. A tends to 0, 0. Even this is in a proper format. Now, B tends to 1, it is correct. B tends to A. This is again a capital letter. So I write B tends to A. Clear? And C tends to 1. Correct? Now C tends to 1 is in a proper format. Now, here there are 2 unit production. So I have to remove this 2 unit production and I have to rewrite it. Clear? I have 2 unit production. I have to remove it and I have to rewrite it. So ivaga, I will rewrite the value of S tends to C. What is the value of C? Actual value of C is 0, 1. So I replace such a way like S tends to 0, 1. Is that clear? So my final answer will be for this is S tends to 0A will remain, 1B will remain. Instead of C, I rewrite with 0, 1. Is that clear, guys? These are the first production which have been done. Let me go with this my second one. Let me go with the second one. Second one, B tends to A. B tends to A. What is the actual value of A? The actual value of A is 0s slash 00. The actual value of A is 0s slash 00. So I rewrite here. So the value of B will be this. So let me write an output of proper B. Earlier, if you observe, the 1 remained same. So I write as 0s slash 00, and the previous one I write it as 1. Either you write it first or you write it last. Both mean are same. Is that clear, guys? If you observe it, this is in a proper format. Is that clear? So let me write a whole result. Let me write a result. The result is S tends to 0a slash 1b slash 01. Okay, now A tends to 0s slash 00. This remains same. Now B tends to, the new one I will write 0s slash 00 slash 1. Now C tends to 00. This remains same, and this is what an answer of it. This concept is called as removing a unit production. Is that clear, guys? This concept is called as removing a unit production. Okay. For the more queries, I will take one more problem and then I will solve for it. I will take one more problem and then I will solve for it. Is that clear? Okay. Now the given problems goes like this. There is a grammar G, S tends to X, Y, X tends to A tends to B, and B tends to A. This is a given grammar. So for this, I have to rewrite the things. Now, Ivaga, first let me list what our unit productions are. S tends to X, Y. This in a proper format because these are two variables. I have to remove only one. I have to remove only one capital letter. So my first one is X tends to A. Clear? Second one, A tends to B. Yes, again. Second one is A tends to B. And my third one is B tends to B. Correct agide. Y tends to T. Y tends to T. Clear? These are the three things. I will remove these three values and I have to write this. And here, if you observe, T tends to Y. Here, if you observe, a T tends to Y is the last one. This is the fourth thing I got, and I will remove this and I will rewrite the given answer. Okay, let me take the first one. Let me take the first one. The first one is X tends to A. What is the answer of A? My answer of A is B slash A. Now again I have to remove this. As I have been studying, I will be repeating the steps. What is the answer of B? The answer of B is lowercase b slash A. So here I rewrite my answer as the value of X is equals to B slash A. Either you write BA or AB, both mean are same. Okay, clear? Okay, now let me take my second one. A tends to B. Now, what is the answer of B? The answer of B is B. So my output will be A tends to. Earlier there was B. I'll replace B with a small b, and earlier A remained. So that remain A will be there as it is. Clear? Only the changes I'll be doing, but whatever the remained was there, I'll be rewriting as it is. Clear? Now I will take my third one. This is the most important one, guys. Please have a look over it. I'll take Y tends to T. Okay. What is the answer of T? If you observe, the answer of T is again Y slash C. If you observe the given thing, these two are in a loop. These two, Y tends to T, T tends to Y, Y tends to T, T tends to Y. If I can never change. So at this scenario, when the loop scenario occur, delete the non-terminals. Is that clear? When this kind of loop occurs, delete the non-terminals. Is that clear? So what I do, the answer for Y tends to T is Y tends to C. Is that clear? Whenever the answer comes Y tends to T, the value of T is Y tends to C again. So in this scenario, this Y and T are a loop. So delete this Y. So my answer will be Y tends to T. Clear? My third one, T tends to Y slash C. T tends to Y slash C. What is the answer for Y? The answer for Y is again T and C remains same. The old C remains same. So again, if you observe, this is in a loop, so I will delete. So my answer for T will be only C. My answer for T will be only C. Is that clear, guys? So now I'll write a solution for this. Now I'll write a last solution after removing this. Okay, now I rewrite everything in a proper way. The first one is S tends to XY, that remains same, and the value of X I've been changed. The value of X is B slash A, either B slash A or A slash B, both are same. Let me take in ascending order. Instead of this, from now on, in this format comes, I'll write A slash B because this is in ascending order. One format use Marana. Next, I'll write A. Next, I write A. The answer for A is B slash A. Clear? Clear? Next, I write B. The answer for B is what? That B remains same, so I write B. And then next answer for Y. The Y was T. I've been changed the value of Y, so I've been changed to C. Then last, it's T. The answer for T is C. Is that clear, guys? This is in a unit production. So at last, I write G equals V, T, P, and S. Clear? Where V equals, what are the variables used? If you observe, the uppercase are S, X, perfect, Y, A, B, and T. These are variables, and the terminals are A and B, and my productions are, I rewrite everything, correct? And my S start state is, start state yaad idhar, S remains same, so I write S for this. Is that clear? This is what we called as a removing a unit production. I repeat again for you all. Clear. Whenever the given grammar is given, I'll identify which all the grammar in RHS there is a single uppercase letter. First step is I'll identify which are the single uppercase letter. So here, if you observe, S tends to A is uppercase, A tends to B is uppercase, Y tends to T is uppercase, T tends to Y is uppercase. So I have been rewritten in this manner. Clear? Same thing I have been written. So whenever this kind of looping occur, Y tends to T, T tends to Y, Y tends to T, T tends to Y. I will be deleting these terminals. I'll be deleting this. Okay, let me take my first example, or let me take my first one. X tends to A. What is the actual value of A? The actual value of A is B slash A. B slash A. Now, what is the value of B? I had to replace B also. The value of B is lowercase b. So I've written as BA. Clear? So my answer will be X tends to B comma A. Clear, guys? Okay, now next. A tends to B, the second initial taken. The value of B is B, so I've been rewritten. Y tends to T, where the value of T is Y slash C. The Y, as I've been said, is in loop. So default, blindly, I will delete Y. Blindly, I'll delete Y. So Y tends to C will be my answer. Okay, then next, Y tends to Y and C. Again, blindly, I will remove this T. So C will be a default. So this followed with this, I will sum up and I will write it. And this is called as a CFG. Sorry, this is called as removing a unit production. Is that clear? This is called as a removing a unit production. Okay, guys, in this class, I've been done two. One I've been done removing a unit production. This is the most important one. This one question will be asked in exam. And the next important one is this. Clear? Next important one is this. This question will be asked in exam. This question will be asked in exam. Okay. What does this question says? Now, convert a CFG to CNF format. What do you mean by CNF? Chomsky normal form. The normal form is a normal form pattern. The CFG will be given. The CFG will be converted to a CNF format. Clear? Okay. To convert it, there are a few algorithms given. There are 4 steps of algorithms given. Let me explain one on one to it. Let me explain one on one to it. First and foremost, always hope you remember S will be a starting state. If that's so, replace as S1 tends to S. I'm writing here, eliminating a start symbol from RHS if the start symbol T at RHS of any production. So I'll be rewriting as S1 tends to S. Clear? That's my first step. And my next step is, in a given grammar, I'll be removing a null production and unit production. In a given grammar, I'll be removing a null production and unit production. What is a null production? If there is something called epsilon, for example, A tends to epsilon antidre, this one I will remove. Clear? Clear? And what is unit production? Just now I have been explained to you unit production. If there is an uppercase, I will replace the uppercase value. Okay, let me give an example for you. Assume the given format is S tends to AA and A tends to epsilon. S tends to AA and A tends to epsilon idaga, my answer will be, this will remain same, S tends to AA, then actual value of A is epsilon. So if I replace A with epsilon, single A will be occurring. So my result will be AA slash A. And this is called as a null production. Clear? I repeat again. S tends to AA and A tends to epsilon. Actual value of epsilon andre ಏನು nothing anta. So I rewrite this as S tends to AA, this is the default one, slash, what if I remove this and use epsilon? A will be the same. So I have written as A. Clear? And my next is S tends to AA slash A and A tends to something. If you observe, this is a unit production. So I replace A with this. So this will be my answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yep. This is all about of step 2. Step 1 is I replace S with S1 with S. Step 2 is removing null and unit production. And the step 3 is if there is a grammar S tends to AA andre, if there is a grammar which has a combination of lowercase and uppercase andre, a terminal and non-terminal. If there is a combination of terminal and a non-terminal, I'll replace in such a way like this A, I'll replace with some other state and I write like this. Andre, A na ಏನಂತ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, D tends to A ಅಂತ ಬರೆದು, this D I'll replace here. Clear? This D I replace here. So, as per a normal form says, this should be two uppercase. There should not be a combination in this manner. There should not be a combination in this manner. This has to be uppercase. So, I'll write this uppercase and this tends to D. If you solve it, what is the value of D? The value of D is A. The value of D is A. This has been resolved. Clear? This is my step 3. And my last step is, if there are 3 non-terminals. If there are 3 non-terminals, I will divide and I rewrite again. I will divide straight away. Like the first 2 bit, I will divide as 1 and I replace with some other letter. Letter, whatever I want, I can replace it. I'll replace and I'll write. So I write S tends to XD. What is the value of X? The value of X is AB. Clear? These are my 4 steps of an algorithm. These are my 4 steps for a conversion of CFG to CNF. Clear, guys? Yep. Let me take an example. I hope if I take an example, you guys will be clear how to solve it. Let me take an example. If I take this example, I hope you guys can, you guys are clear to solve this. Clear? Okay. First and foremost, this is my example. Convert CFG to CNF. Convert CFG to CNF. S tends to A, AA and B, A tends to dash, 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 and so tends to sum. Clear? Okay. What does my first step says? My first step says replace S1 with S. So I write as a new production. So my first step is I write it as what? S1 tends to S. What is the value of S? The value of S is A slash AA slash B. I'm sorry, I missed it. A slash B, perfect. And A tends to ABB slash epsilon and B tends to AA slash epsilon. Entire thing I've been rewritten. Only one change. Instead of this S, I've been replaced with S1. S1 tends to S and something. This is my step 1. Is that clear? And let me go with my step 2. What does my step 2 says? My step 2 says remove a null production and a unit production. Step 2 says remove a null production and a unit production. So I have to remove these two. Clear? Then where is a null production? My null production is at this place. Ili A there. A jagal there is a null production. So I will be replacing this with A. Clear, guys? Clear? Okay, now if I remove that, okay, let me go in the things detail. If I remove that, wherever A are there, it will be replaced with epsilon. A is illi there. Clear? So I rewrite this as first removing epsilon. Clear? So S1 tends to epsilon, that remains same, S, and S tends to A slash AA slash B remains same. So now actual value of A is nothing. When I remove this A, so I have to remove A tends to epsilon, I have to remove. When I remove this A, my answer will be again A. If you observe, the A is already been there, so I will not write this. Is that clear? Answer will be A. If I remove this as an epsilon, my answer will be A. I will write here as A. The A is already been here, so I will stop it. Clear? Okay, now I will go with A. A tends to, as I have been said, you have been removing this. A, B, B slash epsilon. I will remove slash epsilon. Clear? Okay, next B. B tends to AA slash B. Yes, here I have A. So, this A I'll replace with epsilon. So, if I replace A with epsilon, what will be my output? My output will be only A. So, I write here as slash A. AA slash B slash A. Is that clear, guys? This is removing epsilon. The next one is removing unit production. Okay. Removing unit production. Illi observe ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Let me take first S1 tends to S. S is a unit production. So S ಬದಲು ಏನು replace ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? I replace A slash AA slash what? B. If you observe, again B is in uppercase. So actual value of B will be AA slash B slash A. Correct? Actual value of B is AA slash B slash A. Correct? Okay, now I will write S. First S1 I have been replaced. Now S, A will be there, AA will be there, slash B there, slash B there. Correct? What is the value of B? The actual value of B will be AA slash B slash A. Correct? Actual value of B is AA slash B slash A. Now I'll go with ABB. It's in a proper format. I read it as it is. Then B tends to AA slash B slash A. I hope you guys are clear about removing epsilon production and removing a unit production. Clear? Okay, now let me going further. I will go with my step 3. I will go with my step 3. Okay. What does my step 3 says? Please see here. When there is a combination of a terminal and non-terminal, replace in this format. My step 3 says when there is a combination of terminal and non-terminal, replace in 2 uppercase format. Clear? Okay. By seeing this, I have to rewrite the given thing again. Okay. Now, S1 tends to A. It's in a terminal. Perfect. And then, ಇಲ್ಲಿ A ಅಂತಿದೆ. It should not be there in this format. So again I create something called X tends to A anta. So I write here as X and A. Is that clear? Artha aitu? Okay, slash here I have AA. So AA should be replaced with again A. This A should not be there. So I replace with X. Clear? Then slash, yes, B can be there, slash A can be there. Is that clear, guys? Then step 3 says there should not be a combination of these two in this format. Okay, then next I'll take one more S. This one. A, perfect, it's correct. then A and A, wrong format. This A I'll replace with what? X. So I write XA slash again AX slash B slash A. Clear? The next A which tends to ABB format. That's correct agide. I'm sorry. Again, this is wrong. ABB format. I'm sorry. This says it should not be a combination of. So I replace this with XBB. Clear? I replace this with XBB. Then I go with B. B as A. Lowercase a I replace with X slash B slash A. Is that clear, guys? This is my step 3. Clear? Step 3 says if there is a combination of terminal and non-terminal, replace such a way like both should be uppercase. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, this A tends to something ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬರೋದು, I replace in this manner. Clear? Okay, now I'll go with the last step, step 4. What am I step 4 says? Step 4 says guys, is this audible?
Yes, sir.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. My step 4 says S tends to 3 alphabet iddare. If there is a format of 3 uppercase, then divide it into 2 parts. Okay, now let me see here. Do I have anything? I start writing from first onwards. S1 tends to A slash XA. This only 2. AX only 2. B and A. This is correct. So now X tends to A. This is correct. S tends to A slash XA. 2 letters done. 2 letters done. B slash A. Then A tends to, if you observe here, I have 3 letters. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ? So I replace Y as XB. I replace Y as XB. So I write here as YB. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು? So now B tends to AX slash B slash A. Is that clear, guys? And this is a last step. And this is converted CNF. And this is a converted CNF. At last, I write G equals V, T, P, and S. What are the variables used? The uppercase used. The variables used are S1, X, A, S, Y, and B. Clear? Perfect. And the terminals used are A and B. And the production is equals to this. Now you tell me a start symbol. The start symbol for the given machine is SI S1 now. The start symbol for the given machine is S1. Perfect. Is that clear, guys? Clear. These are the given steps. Clear? Okay, now I repeat again for your convenience. The given question will be in a format of something tends to us. Hakatik, give me a minute. Okay, the given question will be in this format of the given expression. I will be using a conversion of 4 steps and I will be converting. My first step is new production will be added. Initially, whatsoever it is, I will be adding S1 tends to S. Actual value of S, I rewrite. My step 2 is I will be removing an epsilon and unit production. Removing epsilon, epsilon remove martini, unit andre uppercase remove martini. My step 3 says if I have a combination of AA, I'll be removing it to uppercase. This is my step 3. Step 4 is if I have a 3 variable format, I'll make sure I'll convert to 2 variable format. These are our steps for it. Is that clear? Okay, now if you guys have any sort of queries, you guys can ask me now.
Sir, step 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ unit production removing ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ sir.
Rutvik, ಕೇಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಚಿನ್ನ? Can you come again, Rutvik?
Step 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ unit production removing ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ sir.
Epsilon production removing ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yes sir.
Okay, unit production ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ S tends to S, ಇದು ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್. ಇದನ್ನ I replace with all this. And B ಇದೆ, B tends to S tends to B ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ replace with all this. So ಈ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ S tends to A ಇತ್ತು, ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ B ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದಿಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಣೋ, ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ನ ಐ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ನಾನು ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಇತ್ತು, ಎ ಇತ್ತು, ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ ಏನು, ಎ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎ. ಅಗೇನ್ 2 A's ಇದೆ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಿಸ್ 2 A's. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 2 A's ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಇಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನೆಸರಿ 2 ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಋತ್ವಿಕ್
ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಕದ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾನೋ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮಗನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ತಗೋ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಎ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಎ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಎ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಚ್ ದಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಎ ಐ ರೈಟ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇವಾಗ ಏನ ಕಿತ್ತಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎ ಉಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ರೈಟ್ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಎ. ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 A's ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಿಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಅಂತ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 A ಆಯ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಬಿ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಬಿ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಐ ರೈಟ್ ಎ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಬಿ. ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಆದಾಗ ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಎ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? If you guys are okay with it, I don't mind taking one more example and solving, or else I want everyone to make a note of this question. I want everyone to solve it now. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ. Will you guys solve, or shall I try to solve it? Done. If you guys don't have any sort of queries, I think we can wind up the class now. If you have any queries, I want you guys to ask me now, or else I think we can wind up the class.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ S1 ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವೈ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಿ ನ ವಿ ಆರ್ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟು ವೈ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Perfect.
ಸ್ಟೆಪ್
Step 4 ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲೇ
ಇದು
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಬಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ವೈ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಮ್ಮ, ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 3 ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ 3 ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಐ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ಇದು ಎರಡನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ವೈ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಅಂತ, ಇದನ್ನ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ವೈ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ, ವೈ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಓಕೆ
ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ರೂಲ್.
ಸರ್
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 3 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ಸ್ ಇರತ್ತೋ, ದೇರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್.
Perfect.
ಬರೀ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್
ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಐ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. Only when there is an uppercase A,
we have to replace.
Perfect.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Lovely. Okay, then I think you guys can sign off. One question I have been given. I want you guys to solve it today and upload it.
Sir, question. 1 second, sir.
Sure. Anyways, I will be sharing this in a Google form. Google Classroom ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಮ್ಮ. I want you to write it and do it. Okay. Also, I'll write in a
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Google Classroom purpose. Okay. I think
Okay, sir. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Pleasure, pleasure. I think you guys can sign off now.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Pleasure, mine. Bye bye.